What's going on, everybody? It's just another day in the kitchen, back with another episode, and in today's video we're taking a look at Travis Scott aka LaFlame and some dope one-of-a-kind merch he had to support his documentary, Look Mom I Can Fly. Now before we get started, I want to give a special shout out to the homie Strain Beats who's been cooking up the beats for these videos, so make sure you guys check him out, as well as the homie Rager Kicks who helped put this video together, so shout out to my guy one time. And while you're here, you might as well drop a like and subscribe and join our free Discord to stay up to date with the latest and the greatest. Shout out to all of my chefs in there. Now, it was just the other day that I was browsing Netflix looking to distract myself from the fact that I still haven't received any of my Yeezy merch when I came across Travis Scott's now iconic 2019 documentary, Look Mom I Can Fly. And while most people would agree that 2019 was a huge year for him as he would go on to cement himself in the sneaker world with his now iconic reverse swoosh silhouette as you guys can see here, we would go on to see Travis drop some of the most innovative and creative merch he's dropped to date. And to go ahead and paint the picture for how lit this era is, check out this promotional video to get you an idea. Now, in an ideal world, you guys would be vibing to the audio that was originally part of this promotional video. However, given how trash YouTube's copyright system is, this video has been flagged 3 or 4 times because of this particular portion of the video. So I have had to strip it and essentially do this little commentary over. But regardless, I wanted to still include it in the video to really set the tone for how lit the Astro World era was and just how crazy these shows were going. And if you were a part of any of this, let us know in the comments because I definitely miss it myself. Now, Travis Scott, being the king of merch that he is, would of course go on to drop a very impressive and creative collection of merch that was in support of this documentary. And more importantly, he would also go on to feature in a pop-up shop event in Houston where fans were able to actually meet him and get some stuff signed, with my favorite piece from the collection being this very rare VHS cassette tape which featured the following promotional video.
Who's ready to see Travis Scott make some noise?
Do you think Travis has a special gift?
He's one of the only artists that can vibe with every single person that's in the crowd.
Before I leave, I just want to leave the whole world inspired. I just want to leave a trail of inspiration.
I fucking love you, bro. Thank you for saving my life.
That's the world done. Yo, so young up in there, OG. This shit is crazy. Somebody from safety out there help these people, man. Where the fuck my Rangers at? Y'all need to keep control, man. Open up. Open up. Motherfucker tells you, like, you're not tight, fucking... This is cops coming?
Now, like I mentioned earlier in the video, Travis would go on to drop a very unique collection of merch in support of this documentary, with nearly every piece from this collection being customizable to some extent. So before we start to explore and examine just how customizable the pieces were in this collection, I wanted to start off by reviewing the following t-shirt, which was available for $40. And while I don't wear a ton of white merch myself, I do appreciate this piece in particular, as you can see that skeletal theme that Travis has used throughout the years. Now, as you can see on the following images, the actual rest of these pieces were pretty customizable to an extent. And the way this drop worked is you would essentially select which blank you wanted to customize before adding your own custom images or adding some stickers in the form of cactusjack branding, as you guys can see in the following picture. And while some of the items seem to have restrictions on the amount of stickers or the type of stickers that were available, I wanted to highlight the different types of graphics that could be used to really give you an idea just how customizable this whole collection was. And looking back at this nearly 5 years later, I can't say that I've seen any other artist do something similar, in which they essentially allowed you to design your own merch, which is something I'd love to see Travis and his team bring back today, and if not that, then at least some kind of pop-up in the future. Now, apart from that $40 white skeletal tee that we saw at the beginning of this video, we also have the following $100 Look Mom hoodie as the other official piece of merchandise that was not customizable from this collection. So with that being said, if you do plan on picking up any of these customizable pieces from the collection, it is definitely hard to verify what's legit and what's fake, as anyone could have made any number of designs, so you really have to, I guess, do your research. And as always, when it comes to these things, if the price is too good to be true, it more than likely is, or at least in my experience. Now, I also did want to highlight the fact that this piece of merch was also available, however not part of this initial drop, and was later featured as part of Astro World merch, but as you can see, it still carries on with the following theme. Now, like I mentioned earlier in the video, Travis would go on to host a pop-up shop in his hometown of Houston, Texas in support of his now iconic documentary, and fans of course had the opportunity to not only pick up some of this merch, but also see the man himself while also get something signed, which I think is so sick and something I wish that he would continue to do, as he would regularly host pop-up events to connect with his fans earlier on in his career. However, at this point, I completely get why he's probably not able to do them, given how huge he is and just how crazy some of the fans are. And while we're on the topic of autographs, if you had the opportunity to have one thing signed by LaFlame, let me know in the comments what that would be, and would you have him address it to yourself, or would you have him just sign his name so you could resell it in the future? And as if meeting Travis at the pop-up wasn't dope enough, he would actually feature at a premiere for his own documentary, which I think had to be a really dope memory for everyone involved. Now, in this portion of the video, I just wanted to shout out the following pages who also helped contribute to this video in one way or another, and also shout out all of those that run archival and fan pages out there, as you guys are very important to preserving the history of certain artists and just in general. Now, with all that being said, I can't believe it's been nearly 5 years since this release and since the Astro World in general, and looking back, while I am happy with where we're at with Utopia at the moment, I definitely miss that era, and if you have any favorite memories, let me know in the comments. Now, I do also want to mention that it's expected Travis will drop this Jumpmanjack University Red colorway on his website exclusively at shop.travisscott.com at some point. However, given that they didn't release on his birthday of all days this past week, I'm not quite sure when they plan on dropping, so make sure you guys stay tuned, and this is your cue to hit that subscribe button and join the Discord, because you already know I'll let you guys know as soon as they do release. Now, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching, and I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments. Given that we're nearly 5 years since the release of this documentary, I thought that this would be a good time to look back, and while aesthetically these aren't the craziest pieces, I honestly can really appreciate what Travis was going for in dropping a unique and customizable merch experience unlike anything other artists have been doing with their merch collections. And while we don't have any clue when the next album's dropping, I hope we get one soon. As always, guys, thank you so much for cooking with the kitchen. Please remember to stay safe out there. And as always, remember, it's lit. Straight up. And peace.